Hi, welcome back to the layout. Well, last time when I showed you the trucks and how I lit them up with their taillights and headlights, I kind of teased a little bit about the bridge because it was in the scene, obviously, but I didn't talk anything at all about how I did it. So this brings up another realm of model railroading, and that's research. This is actually taken from the real drawings of the 12th Street Viaduct here in Kansas City. It goes from the bluffs up where Kansas City is up here on the top and comes down into the bottoms area, which is what I'm modeling here in the room. I'm modeling basically the east and west bottoms of Kansas City. That was the areas that ran along beside the Missouri and Kansas rivers. And of course, it was the flattest portion, so that's where the railroad wanted to come into and out of town and across into Kansas. So this bridge got you from the high bluffs, which were way up 100 feet or better, towards the Kansas City side and down in to that bottoms area. And I was able to find online and through, we have Missouri Public Library here, and they have a place called the Missouri Room, Missouri Valley Collection. And it's a collection of all kinds of drawings and history and books and everything about Kansas City. So I went there and I got some drawings and some help there from the research staff and came up with the drawings for this bridge. So I made all of the bridge essentially by 3D printing or with Gator board. Gator board, I think, is a fantastic material because it does not warp. These bridge sections are printed just in the short sections here from here to here, and they're printed double-sided. So these are sandwiched together all the way along the entire length of the bridge. And I made holes then every other section so that I could drop my wires through for the light poles here. A quick word about light poles or lights in general. I really like the Woodland Scenics Light Hub. It's a fantastic way to light LED lights. But you must put the exact same light on each terminal. In other words, if I pick terminal 1, I put all 6 of these on the same terminal because they're all exactly the same LEDs. But if I tried to put in one of the LEDs from here along with one of these, it would not light. So I really like the Woodland Scenics Hub because you can dial it up and down, get the intensity correct. Now, how to hide the wires, that's the biggie that I'm most proud of. As I came down through here, I went in and the Gator foam has a foam core. So with anything that's hot, I happen to have a hot knife and I have a hot probe. I actually came in here alongside my tire where I was going to drop those wires from last week's episode. And I just simply tunneled back in here and then I bored a hole right at the tire. So the light from the truck comes down through the top of the Gator board, through the center, and I used a little fish wire, tiny 020 wire to fish that out, hollowed out a little bit of the edge of the Gator board here, and then dropped them down my post here in the bridge. And then when I put the fascia of this railing, and I have another piece of plastic on here to trim that off, that covered all that up so that you can't see where the wires are going. But it really made it a good way to hide all the lighting, and the bridge looks much more real when you don't see wires running anyplace. Anyway, that's just a little bit of a help, a little bit of a hint. Be sure and stay tuned next week because we're going to talk about a bunch of the mistakes that I've made here on the railroad and what you can do well, not to correct, but to keep you from making the same mistakes that I did as I was building. So until we meet again, go down to your railroad room and let your trains put a smile on your face.